Сполучених Штатів Америки, що Америка дала Україні сотні мільярдів, 177, якщо сказати більш точно. Така звучала точна цифра, яку підтримували або голосував Конгрес, тощо різні організації. Дивіться, я як президент воюючої країни вам говорю, ми отримали більше 75. Тобто 100 мільярдів з цих 177 або 200, говорять навіть деякі люди, ми ніколи не отримували. І це важливо. Бо ми говоримо про конкретні речі, бо ми отримали це не грошима, а зброєю. Ми зброю отримали на 70 з чимось мільярдів. Є навчання, тренування, є додатковий транспорт, є не тільки ціну на зброю, були гуманітарні програми, соціальні тощо. Але коли говорять, що Україна під час війни отримала 200 мільярдів на підтримку армії тощо, це неправда. Я не знаю, де всі ці гроші.
Whew. That's spicy. That's spicy. Apparently my dogs think so too. Did you guys see what he just said? They only got 75 billion out of the 100 to almost 200 billion. Whew. Wow. All right, lots to talk about today. What is going on, my friends? Let's say hey to everybody. Danny Gigal, you're number one today, and you've lost your membership. It's very sad. You are now gray. $3, you can be back in the club. Troy Man, what's going on? Drew Savala, Vin Man, Darren Collins, the one, what it do? Vince, not first. Troy Man, Chad Youngkin, Cindy Lou, John Cresson. Good afternoon, my friend. BM Pro, Scarpazia, Candice, Vin Man. The deep state relies on the USA paying and sending our money all around the world. Keep deep state. Yeah, you're 100% right about that. Pilot, Katie Cat, Todd Earhart. I love it. Ron Mahane, the Ace Report. Well. Yeah, thank you, sir. Liquid Skittle, what's going on? I don't think he's fibbing. He has no incentive to fib. We know that it's been a money laundering machine this whole time. So I think he's probably telling the truth, to be honest with you. But it doesn't make it right. We're still sending all that money. It's ridiculous. And I think he's probably still a crook as well. But this tells me that he might be turning on everybody now that Trump's in. It's pretty incredible. T with the heart says, I voted to put a convicted felon in the White House. Trump has been out on bail since August 23. Found liable. Did this for my children. Yeah. I mean, amen. He's killing it. AMG, what's up, buddy? Connie Neely. This is good peeps today. Good peeps. All right, let's talk about today. Whoops. How Trump, this USAID thing is huge. So we want to talk about the USAID thing because it's a bombshell. It's a bombshell. Trump has completely just nixed USAID. Their website's gone. Their Twitter's gone. USAID is one of the biggest NGOs funding other NGOs. It was just money filtered through the system, and it was one of the biggest funders of deep state stuff all over, maybe the biggest. And so for it to be gone is huge. We're going to talk about that. It's just been hiding as a charity forever, and it's time for it to go. It's beautiful. It's absolutely wonderful stuff. So I'm very excited about where things are trending. Trump in the first 2 weeks has done more to drain the swamp than in 4 years his first time around. It's unbelievable. Guys, today is the last day of the first 2 weeks, and it's just been insane. I mean, one of the reasons I've been live more and doing more videos is just because there's so much news to cover. It's just so fast and furious. And that includes today and yesterday. Let me share this post right here. So this is from Clandestine. Excellent poster. It says, we're not even 2 weeks into Trump's administration and the USAID is already being purged. Elon's openly pointing out the USAID's role in producing bioweapons like COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we did it. I think it's actually happening. If we continue on the trajectory, deep state oligarchs and NGOs will be directly implicated in crimes against humanity. World will demand justice. Right people are in control and they know where the bodies are buried. Yeah, this is monster stuff. Todd Earhart with the 5 memberships. Thank you, Todd. you have opened the door for people to now be part of the Wednesday night members lives as well as the Discord chat. So welcome Robert Hicks, FGCV, Husker Power, Bitcoin's a joke. There's a big one. And Key, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys. Please like, share, subscribe also if you're new and watching. And if you're wondering why you can't chat, it's probably because you haven't subscribed yet. Chat is for subscribers only. That helps me keep out the bots and trolls. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Speaking of subscriptions, I just put out the my whole Bible series because it's been out almost a year at this point. And I just figured it was time to share with everybody, especially with all the questions I've been getting lately. So now you guys can watch the full 15-part class. And it's interesting. As soon as I publish that, I've lost almost 20 subscribers. It's almost like YouTube or people don't like Jesus or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But if you guys could help with the support, you're doing great. And I thank you so much for everything. Again, if you want to be a member, it's only $3 a month. Candace says this stuff's insane. It is great. I agree. Sideshow, what's up, buddy? Vinman, why didn't the Republicans know about USA before Trump? Oh, they did. They did. The rhinos definitely knew. They definitely knew. Yeah, they are full of rhino Republicans who benefited from it as well. But here's the other deal is that most of the bad Republicans we've purged since the last Trump go around. This extra 4 years has allowed us, because even in the midterms 2022, we got more MAGA Republicans in. This one, we got even more in 24. So it's just been a purging, and it's just getting better and better and better. And MAGA's in full control of the Republican Party now. In fact, we just flipped Lindsey Graham. He came out, he said he'd support Tulsi, RFK, and Cash. He wasn't going to before, especially he was very outspoken about being anti-RFK. So they're flipping because MAGA is in control. Oh, T is a troll. Deep state imaginary entity Republicans play. Okay, T, you're hilarious. You're hilarious right there. Unreal. Stella, what's going on? Cindy Lou, Doge is at X Space tonight. Okay. Speaking of all, Vince asked why is crypto crashing? Great question. Crypto is crashing because of tariffs. They are terrified of what's going on with the tariffs. And it's creating a lot of volatility in the markets. Why? Because our entire system is built on this globalism front where that robs from us, the regular people, and enriches the people that above us. That's why the wealth disparity is the greatest it's ever been. Trump was the first president in 50 years that closed the wealth disparity gap during his first 4 years. And that's without even getting nearly much as done as he's going to get this time around. But globalism, as it grew, the disparity grew. We would stay kind of flat. In fact, we can afford less with our dollar now, regular people, upper middle class and below. We can afford way less now than we ever could going back to the 80s, 70s, whatever. And they like that. But here's the thing, we've been given cheaper goods because of globalism. So while we weren't able to buy houses or nice cars or go on vacations, we were getting phones and more clothes. And so it made it feel like we were doing better than we actually were. That's the globalism. It kind of drugged us on goods. Well, our whole global system's built on that. And now that this tariffs thing's happening, and it's going to even the playing field over time, there'll be initial hurt, but over time, it's going to make things much better for us as Americans. That's in the process right now. So this initial pain is going to happen. So institutions are bailing out of crypto and Wall Street right now and buying bonds because they're running to safety. They are terrified over what's going on and they don't trust it. This is initial shock. It'll wear down. It'll probably hit a little bottom, not too far, balance out, and then bounce back up. This is the trend we're on once everybody gets used to it. But right now, we don't know what all's happening because Trump has slapped these tariffs on. These other countries are slapping tariffs on us, which really doesn't do anything, but it's their way of like puffing their chests out. And then Trump has said, I'll respond. If you guys tariff us more, I'll raise the tariffs. So the market doesn't know what to think right now. So a lot of that money is jumping out of where it's been and jumping into safer places just in case. So that's why you're seeing crypto crash because, nobody wants to admit it. But the truth is crypto is still mostly pumped. It's not retail. Retail is really big in crypto. But the truth is that most most crypto is still elevated by hedge funds and all that. So Matt M says from now and 4 years going to be hedge funds, high rollers getting prison time. Yeah, that's very true. Stella, crypto crossing because weird spot, waiting on regulate. Well, that too. Drew, you saw the video? Nice. Vin, Trump will use Rhino's knowledge and their failure to act as leverage. Oh, yeah. He already has been. That's why the Republican Party has been so purged. Stella, EU said Bitcoin will not be part of any other country's strategic reserves. That's big news. That is very big news. Not good for it. Let's look at it right now because earlier today it was worse. I think it's recovered a little bit. But let's look and see. So we have Bitcoin's down almost 4,000, down to 97. Ethereum's really down. I mean, yeah, it's getting crushed everywhere. XRP down to 260. So yeah, this is just a lot of volatility. If you really believe in something, this is a good time to buy in. I still think we have a bullish few weeks ahead of us, maybe a few months before a real crash comes. But this is definitely a chance to jump in a little bit. My crypto I've been enjoying, Alpha, has been doing really well today. So that to me shows strength for that one. What's up, damn it, Sean? Todd Earhart says senior Treasury official resigns over Doge request for access. Oh yeah, I was going to bring that up. You're jumping ahead, buddy. You're jumping ahead. Let's go ahead and do that one now because that is a big story. Institutions can sell crypto on the weekends, Sideshow. All right, breaking, because a lot of it's algorithm selling too. USAID senior officials put on leave after physically trying to stop Doge from accessing agency systems. Why? This is a question to ask yourself. If you are so scared of them accessing your system, why? I mean, what are you hiding? It says physically too. It means they're actually like standing in front of them, trying to stop them. That's craziness. And so thank God that Trump's on the Doge team, not his own USA, because USAID is ridiculous. By the way, real quick, there are people out there griping that USAID is being removed by executive order. Well, it was started by an executive order in the 60s, so it can be easily repealed on executive order. So that's one of the beauties about what Trump's doing, is that they've done their research. Some things are going to have to be laws to be getting rid of fully, but USAID is not one of them, which is excellent. Two USAID officials, John Voorhees and Voorhees, like Jason, as deputy, put on leave late Saturday night after refusing to allow Doge members access to USAID systems. Doge members threatened to physically call the police after being refused entry, trying to access security and personnel files. What are you hiding over there? By the way, how dumb are these people that they just left the files in after all these years, knowing what Trump's going to do, knowing that it's like you were dumb enough to not erase files? I mean, unless there's some safety mechanism where you can't, some government mechanism, but come on, government operates on like 1990s computers in some areas. It's really bad with tech in most areas. So it's crazy to me that they just didn't find a way to hide them. So they're just literally trying to like block them off physically. Fed officials concerned Trump's trying to fold USAID into U.S. State Department effort to cut government corruption bloat. Federal officials are concerned. Can you believe that nonsense? USAID employs approximately 10,000 people, excluding contractors, with 2/3 of them overseas. Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. 60 USAID members already put on leave last week, trying to circumvent President Trump's executive order on stopping foreign aid. These people are the worst. They are the worst of the worst. And this is going to stop a lot of that money going overseas as well. So that's absolutely brilliant. I love it so much. We are winning so hard. It's so hard right now. That Hansel is so hot right now. That's what I think of when I see all this stuff. It's so beautiful. It's music to my ears every single day. Danny says, thank you for keeping it real. Get the truth out. I'm Elon Jr. minus a few billion. Million is like 450 billion, whatever he's got. I'm $1 billion short of being a billionaire. I can tell you that. That's keeping it real. JJ Jackson, what's up? Nick Jeff, what about R Stock, DJT, Finger, and ZJOL? Listen, I haven't been paying attention to ZJOL in a long time. Finger is in a good place. I think there might be news coming out this week. And DJT is just, it keeps trending with Trump. As long as Trump's doing well, I think it's going to stay strong until it finally breaks out. That's how I feel about those. Yoker, what's going on? My energy is coming back. Thank you. I still don't have all my strength back as far as like what I'm able to do, but my energy is returning. Roscoe says people who are 0.2% of the population control the Fed, majority of banks, BlackRock, are why Americans are struggling for the past 100 years. Tariffs make it worse. You think tariffs are making it worse on the people? No, tariffs are the way to kill the deep state. They are one of the ways to kill how other countries are taking advantage of us. We are going to bleed. Trump is bleeding out the deep state. He's bleeding out all of them. They hate it. That's why the market's going to tank on tariffs, not because of retail. So we're going to crush them. He's going to choke them out, and he's going to set us free more financially. Just wait. Just wait. There will be initial pain, and then it'll flip. And then things will start getting very prosperous. AMG with the $10 donation. Thank you, AMG. I greatly appreciate it. Every donation means the world to me, especially as YouTube has just been crushing my channel lately. November was the best month of my channel ever with all the election stuff. And then I don't know what flipped on, but ever since then, my channel has been struggling. So the donations, the memberships mean more than ever. If I didn't have the memberships, guys, I honestly, at this point, probably would no longer be streaming, just to be honest with you. YouTube is just crushed. It's just crushing me, crushing my channel. And it makes no sense. I can tell you as somebody who does this for a living, does marketing for a living, somebody who's got my channel, who's gotten better, who has good, like the sound's gotten better, the video's gotten better, my approach gotten better, thumbnails are good. All that's fine. Everything is optimized. It makes no sense why my channel, which grew so fast at first, is now being choked, unless they're doing it on purpose. So every membership, every donation means the world. So thank you, AMG, for the $10 donation. Roscoe says we aren't winning. Roscoe, are you honestly even paying attention? How can you even say something like that? That's crazy. That's craziness to say we're not winning. That's insane. Yes, there's a lot of Israel influence, but we are not bought out by it. Trump is definitely not bought out by Israel. Sorry, they didn't want Trump to get them out of Gaza and put pressure on them. Netanyahu did not want that. Trump is not controlled. You're wrong, okay? But it's okay. I understand some people on the deep stuff are scared. They're right about a lot about Israel, but they're wrong about how much they control everything. They literally have gone so black-pilled they think even Trump's controlled by Israel. It's not true. Trump is not. Trump's America first, and it's proven it more and more. So Trump has purged FBI, fired 16 inspector generals. Yep. Uncle Andy. Oh, I saw the DNC. We'll cover that. I wasn't planning on it, but I'm glad you brought it up. We have to, because it's the funniest thing you've seen in a long time. Michael Tucker says we buy domestic beer and skip guacamole. Exactly, and the money rolls in 100%. Candy says love seeing how scared they are. Can't wait for FC and Diddy. It's coming. It's coming. Soonerman says YouTube hates Trump. People love Trump. They hate Trump and MAGA. I'm still here because it's my biggest platform. I will stay with YouTube until they choke me out completely, which they're trying. But if they succeed, I'll end up full time on Rumble. But I probably won't be able to do as much because it's tough. It's tough being a creator with the time I put in here, and then just seeing them. They've literally killed, like, what I used to make on this channel is cut down by more than half. They're just crushing my channel right now. But it is what it is. I'm still showing up because I love this stuff. I don't do it for the money. I never did. But the money frees me to do more, because then I don't have to focus on other business stuff to support my family. If that makes sense. I hope it does. Drew says the only channel he has a money subscription to, and I totally appreciate that. That's why I keep the membership so low. $3 a month. It's nothing. It's really nothing, and it helps me a lot. Thank you, Katie, for another gift. I love it. Thank you so much. Barb is now in. All right. Why was USAID funding Wuhan? Now, this is interesting. Wuhan University, it's listed on the the House Intelligence Report here, says sub-award through USAID. So there you go. It wasn't just Fauci funding it. It was USAID is how they got that money over there. Insane. Just insane. I'm telling you, USAID is one of the most evil corporations in the world, funded by us, created by us, our government. and used just as their lackey to get all this done. So this is just crushing the deep state. Here's Stephen Miller on this wonderful exchange with Jake Tapper about how how we're just getting rid of the deep state, which is pretty much the whole federal bureaucracy.
There's 2 million employees in the federal government. Overwhelmingly, the career federal service in this country is far left wing.
I don't
people.
I don't know that to be a fact.
Well, I'll give you a great example. We looked at USAID as an example.
That's
98% of the workforce either donated to Kamala Harris or another left-wing candidate, just as an example.
okay, but now
let me
you're
just
demonizing an entire workforce as having a
wait. Whoa!
And
Did
I
you
don't
just
think
say
that's
that
correct.
saying someone voted for Kamala Harris is demonizing them?
I love that Stephen Miller catches him and calls him out. It's wonderful.
Oh,
So according
your suggestion is that there's a bias.
no,
Your suggestion,
but you used the word demonizing. You just said that I'm demonizing somebody by
Stephen.
saying they voted for Kamala Harris.
let's get back on track.
But I am on track.
Okay.
Let me stay on track. What I'm saying to you is this: there are 2 million employees in the federal government.
right.
They're overwhelmingly left of center. The
Again,
American people.
facts
I got to
not
finish the sentence.
Okay.
I got to finish the sentence. The American people voted for dramatic change implemented by Donald Trump. So it is a
For Jake Tapper to pretend like they don't know that the federal government's almost overwhelmingly Democratic when 93% of Washington, D.C. votes liberal, when 98% of USAID members, this is all documented. For Jake Tapper to pretend like, again, that's not validated. That's insane. It's insane. It's just like they gaslight us all day. It's just the craziest thing. So anyways, Trump today was out there being asked about tariffs, and he calls it like it is. He tells us what to expect. And again, it's just so nice to have a commander in chief who's leveling with us, telling us that how the tariffs are going to bring prosperity, but he's not sugarcoating it. Just listen.
The European so terribly.
You promised Americans to try to reduce costs, and so many of the products that would be tariffed when they come into the country, the outgoing country is not paying the tariff. The buyers in the United States pay that, and then that's passed on to consumers in most instances.
Sometimes.
How would you expect to have prices come down if you have such a broad plan for tariffs? And what do you say to the voters who want to see you reduce everyday costs?
Well, let me just tell you that I got elected for a lot of reasons. Number one was the border. Number two was inflation, because I had almost no inflation. And yet I charged hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs to countries. And think of it, I had almost no inflation, and I took in $600 billion of money from other countries. And tariffs don't cause inflation, they cause success. They cause big success. So we're going to have great success. There could be some temporary short-term disruption, and people will understand that. I had that when I negotiated some of the good deals for the farmers. And unfortunately, those deals have been led astray by Biden and his people because they didn't enforce the deals.
So he says there might be temporary disruption, which is 100% true. It will be temporary. We'll see, because what's going to happen is it's going to take time. So the tariffs are going to hit, and initially our stuff's going to get more expensive. It's just a fact, okay? It's just going to happen. The other stuff, the price decreases are going to take time, all right? But I've said this for the 2 years I've been doing these lives. We have to go through pain to fix our system in order to get to the good stuff. We just do. And that's okay. And the people are ready for it. Besides, everybody's struggling so much because of the Biden policies already that Trump is going to get a honeymoon period. He's going to get at least 6 months to a year where nobody's going to blame him for the economy at all. So this is the time to bring in the pain. This is it. Rip the Band-Aid off, Trump. Hurt us. Hurt us in the way we need to be hurt so we can get through it. Because right now, everybody knows this is Biden's economy. And that's why you get that. So that's why I think Trump's being so fast and furious, by the way, because he's smart enough to know this. You hurt the economy now. You choke out everything that's bad about the economy, which temporarily hurts us, but it's also hurting them. And then as it bleeds out, and we start getting manufacturing back, energy starts getting cheaper. We fix our food supply. We do all these things. All of a sudden, everything starts working out. Food will get cheaper. Inflation stabilizes. Energy gets cheaper, which makes everything cheaper, including housing. The illegals going out will make housing cheaper as well. Everything starts getting cheaper. That matters. And yes, so once everything gets to that point, once housing becomes affordable again, food stabilizes or gets cheaper, gas gets cheaper, electricity gets cheaper. Once that all happens, people aren't going to care that they have to pay an extra 20% on their iPhones. They won't, because you'd rather have a home that you can afford than an iPhone. I'm sorry, 90% of people would choose that. It's just a fact, because you're living a better life. If your energy costs monthly go down by, say, 50%, 30 to 50%, and once a year you got to buy something that's a little more expensive, you're not going to care. We don't need $500 75-inch flat screens from China. We need homes we can buy. And so if that flat screen goes up to $750, we're okay with it. And that's what people don't understand who are attacking the tariffs. There's only two kind of people attacking the tariffs. The corrupt, which is all the people at the top who are mad that they know this is going to choke them out, their way of making money, and the stupid. That's it. Everybody else who understands how this works knows this is a good thing for us. And so, and I love that Trump's honest. He's just like, no, it could hurt at first, but it won't long term. No other president would say that. Every other president would lie to our faces about, oh, this is just going to be great, or they'd be too afraid to do what's right anyways. Trump also doesn't have to worry about being elected again. So he's completely free to do what he needs to do. Jake Tapper selling Gitbo's almost ready. Jake Crapper equals Hawk Tua. I don't know about that one. Roscoe, get over it. Just because Trump has been paid, like his PACs or whatever, have been gotten some money from Israel does not mean he's controlled by them. Roscoe, honestly, this is the easiest thing to debunk in the world. Okay. If Trump was controlled by another nation, why is he doing everything different than every single president or corrupt politician has done for the last 50 years? That makes zero sense. So you're so wrong here, and it's so easy to debunk. It's ridiculous. But I appreciate your America first, so we can agree to disagree. Uncle Andy says, why are tariffs passed on the consumer when Democrats want to raise corporate taxes? No one points out those will be paid by consumers, because taxes help them control us and tariffs set us free. And that's why. But you're absolutely right. There's no logic to it. Ficus likes how he did it. Yep. Barbara says, hit the like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Vince says, for 10 cents a day, you can support a certain YouTuber. 10 cents a day. And that's true. Thank you so much, Vince. I appreciate your 10 cents a day. And all you other members, I appreciate it. Katie Cat says, I worked for the USDA. There are a lot of people with pronouns in their signature block, but not you. Thank God, Katie. God bless you for that. A lot of the pronouns are going bye-bye. So now I want the 98-inch flat screen. Oh my God. Mark R, money supply is officially contracting. A 98 would be sick. So now what? He says it's only happened 4 times in previous years. Each time a depression followed. Yeah. But I will say this, Mark, in every single one of those other times when this happened, the government chose to get more involved to stimulate by pumping money or borrowing every single other time. I think this is one of the times where it's not. I think Trump, well, he's already started. He's deregulating the economy instead. This will be the only time that I know of that's happened when money supplies dropped. So yes, we're going through a tough time, and we're going to go through it. You better believe it. But I believe it'll be shorter and less deep than other depressions or major recessions. Vinman says, Elon, USAID's been paying media organizations to publish propaganda. Yeah. I mean, yes, 100%. Brilliant, says Ryan Mahaney. I love it. He says, what happens to my extended equity in my home when housing costs come down? Well, I can't speak to extended equity exactly, but I can tell you that, I mean, you're going to lose equity a little bit. If your house is inflated because of the current market, you'll definitely lose equity. And that, I understand that sucks for the people who are fortunate enough to own their homes, got in when it was cheap. And now your home, you say you bought your home for $180,000 and now it's worth 1.2 million. you're going to lose a little equity. It'll probably go down to 900, 800K. And I'm sorry for that. If you want to get out your home equity loan now, take it now while it's at the peak. I just, but the truth is you still are going to be deep in the black. You're still going to do great, and everything else will just be better in general. Your money will be worth more dollar per dollar. So, you give and take. When you benefit in a fake economy, you also come down with the fake economy. It's just how it works. And I am sorry for that. That does suck. Trust me, I benefited from the fake economy. I bought a small home for $98,000 in 2018. And then I had to sell it to move for a job. And when I sold it, I bought it in 2019. I'm sorry. Summer of 2019. I sold it summer of 2020, just a year later. And I sold it for 180. I doubled my money almost, in just a year. So I benefited from it too. And then I saw it on sale for 240 a year later. So yeah, I mean, I get it. It does happen. Donna, what's going on? Mark R says 4 prior occurrences correlate with periods of double-digit unemployment, economic depression. To be fair, things are a lot different. Federal Reserve. Yes, you're right. Yeah. He says a depression is highly unlikely to occur in modern times. Well, yes and no. It depends. That's true to a point, but when we're at the end of the system, how much it can still work, it does have to happen, because what you're talking about, those tools they use to fight depressions, they're actually just digging us in a deeper hole because we never dealt with that issue. So eventually even that gets to the point it has to break, and then a depression comes in, unless Trump can start fixing it before we get to the end of the road. So yeah, you're right, and I disagree with you too. Okay. Here's little numbers on the tariffs just to give you guys some ideas of how this is breaking down. It says new tariffs will impact about 1.3 trillion worth of trade, or 43% of U.S. imports, which is only 5% of our GDP. So really not going to affect us that much. Average tariff rate set to rise from 3 to 10%. No, differs from our 22% estimate, 0.14. I don't know what that means. Sorry. They're talking about another thread. Expected to deal a significant supply shock to the U.S. economy. Yeah, but not in all the stuff we need. Now, again, there's going to be temporary stuff that happens through this. But here's the other deal. They've already flat out come out in Canada and said that immediately this could knock off 6% of our GDP. Knock off. Not like ours where 5% will be affected with slightly higher prices. This was flat out. They said this will crush Canada's GDP by 6% almost immediately. In other words, Canada's not going to stay here very long. Canada in about a couple months is going to do, maybe even sooner, is going to do anything Trump asks them to do, because we will send them into deep depression if these tariffs hold, and Canada can't handle it. I guarantee you Mexico's just as bad. So it's gonna play that way. Okay. Tariffs expected to reduce GDP by 1.2%, increase core PC inflation by, those numbers are nonsense. By the way, this is from Bloomberg again. Bloomberg is left wing, and they hate this. They hate it. So they're going to give the worst projections. I guarantee you it won't be that bad. Most models don't account for a potential 100% tariff on bricks, and we don't need to go there yet. So, CryptoSense huge Trump XRP announcement. Are we sure about that? I hardly, this White House isn't leaking at all. That sounds like that sounds like fake news, but we'll see. Listen, Roscoe, what the heck, man? I get it. You're a Jew hater. It's okay. I am definitely, if you watch my channel, which I don't know if you do, you'll know I am very in between on the whole Jewish thing. I'm not a Zionist at all, not even close. I do recognize all the issues they've had, but I'm also not full on hater and don't believe that they are at the root of all evil, like people like, that believe what you're saying. So I'm not going to play the game anymore. If you want to keep going on the Jew thing, I'm just going to block you. Okay. We don't need to get into it here. Kim Wiley says, so much going on, expect volatility. Amen. Cindy says, CNN's related to Soros and involved with Hillary aid. Oh, I believe that 100%. I mean, what's his name? Ted Turner Big globalist, total World Economic Forum guy. He's the one who started CNN. So I have no doubts about that, whatever. Could we really make Canada be a state? Okay, Danny, I love this question. The answer is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. And Trump knows that it would be stupid for them to become one state. If they become one state, Canada's mostly liberal. If Canada becomes a state, we mostly kill our chances of winning elections for a while. We will flood in, they'll get senators, they'll flip the Senate, and they'll get a ton of House speakers because they would be like the 4th or 5th biggest state, which is not okay. Maybe they'd be the 3rd biggest state, actually, behind California and Texas, which means they could completely flip our government. Trump knows this. So there's only one thing that makes sense if Canada ever came into the fold, which, by the way, Trump is not going to force them to join. It's a marketing ploy. It's a negotiating ploy. He's not going to force this to happen. He's not going to annex them militarily, anything like that. What could happen is that they decide, their government folds. Things get so bad that the people rise up and demand to be rescued. They don't want to do this anymore. And in some crazy factor, insane stuff, they decide to become states with us, and states plural. Because the only way it makes sense to make it balanced is that we turn the provinces into states instead of just Canada as a whole. Because I think there's 6 or 7 provinces, I believe. Is there only 5? I don't remember. It's been a while since I studied Canada geography. But a couple of those provinces are very conservative, and then a couple are not. So we need the balance. That would be the only way it would make sense. And we're pretty far from having that happen. Okay. What's up, Mike Mishler? Cindy Lou. Yeah, all the media is related. I agree. Too late to tariff Epstein Island. The only thing we were importing from them was crooks anyways. Uncle Andy says, if Canada became a state, a large amount of population would be going back to India. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Are you saying they have a large illegal Indian population? I don't know much about Canada, guys. Vinman says, Trump says Canada become 51st states, helping the conservatives in Canada. I agree with that. Yeah, he's helping them rise up, which is definitely extremely necessary in Canada. So, okay, let's keep moving here. Just more good news. I got this clip from Tom Homan I want to share because this is just epic what's happening down at the border.
Can you assess your work so far?
Well, look, I looked at the numbers this morning, Maria. The crossings on the border are down 93%. 93%.
Wow.
That's a bigger decrease than under the first Trump administration. So, look, I've said it. President Trump is a game changer. No one has had the success he's had on securing the border. He clearly understands we can't have strong national security if we don't have border security. We need to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where it's coming in, why it's coming in. And we have achieved a success on the border already. We got more work to do. And on top of that, as far as the deportation operation, we're just shy of, I think we got 5,000 already arrested the first week, and majority of them being criminals. The non-criminals, and the media's talking about, who are these non-criminals? The non-criminals are arrested in sanctuary cities because you force us into the community rather than arresting the bad guy in the jail. And when we find that criminal, he's most likely with others, and they're going to go too. So if you want to be a sanctuary city, you're going to get exactly what you don't want. More agents in the community and more non-criminals arrested.
93% down. You understand how huge that is? I mean, it's one thing to find all these people. Oh my God, Roscoe, you're something else, man. I don't see how you're being any benefit to the chat. So goodbye. 93% is massive. Okay. So our border crossings have gone down to almost zero. All right. Just been crushed. That, my friends, is changing the whole dynamic of the illegal immigration, because if that slows down, all right, that means to me the trafficking slowed down, the drug abuse, it's all just like going to a crawl. Well, now we can stabilize what's here. I guarantee you a bunch of people are self-deporting, because have you seen the videos of like empty Walmarts? It's the craziest thing. So we're going out there, we're getting about 2,000 a day right now or close to it. They're going after the hardcore criminals first. The people that Biden had already flagged and just let them stay. So they knew they were criminals. They knew they were rapists and murderers. They just let them stay, or drug dealers, whatever. And those are flagged. We're clearing those out. But with the border already sealed, it took less than 2 weeks. The border is sealed. I saw the other day it was 150 crossings. That's nothing. You across a 2,000-mile border, that's insane. That's nothing. So we're safe. We're already safe again, and now we're just dealing with what's here. It's just incredible. Tom Homan's just killing it. Stella Artois, the $20 donation. Stella, that's amazing. Thank you so much. That's a true blessing. I appreciate the support, Stella. You're awesome. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, listen, again, every little bit helps. It's been a crazy month, especially with my surgery and everything, financially, all that. And so your guys' support means the absolute world to me. I will never ask you guys for money. I'll never beg you for money, anything like that. But I will always say thank you because it's a true blessing to be supported and to be able to make this happen for you guys. So thank you again, Stella. Randy says, the Canadian government reportedly working to direct tariffs to affect red state. Yeah, good luck with that. That's not gonna. Did you see what what's his face Abbott retweeted back to Canada? He was like, basically like, our GDP is bigger than yours. Like we're really not scared of you. And yeah, they picked out red states only, which is so dumb. Trudeau is a moron. He's an absolute moron. And now that he's being challenged, the moronic nature of him is actually coming out. He no longer looks slick or cool. He's being exposed, which is absolutely beautiful. Uncle Andy says Canada has a huge problem with illegal aliens from India. Okay, so they were attempting to push them into. Well, I had no idea. That's crazy. Uncle Andy, he's gone. Vince, I'd like to see U.S. tax money going to other countries from illegals here in the U.S. These illegals come over here, make money, take jobs, send money back home, tax them. I agree. Well, there's nothing we can really do now except get rid of them. But listen, I agree we could have a immigrant system once we've stabilized, gotten all the criminals out. We could have a system, a work system where you come over here. You're not a citizen. You don't get Social Security. You don't get Medicare or anything, but you can work here because you can make more money. You can work here, but yeah, we're going to tax you. We're going to tax you at 10% or something like that. And every check has to be processed. We use E-Verify, so you're recorded, all that. That would be a great system. We can do that. And then say every year you have to completely renew. You have to have background check, everything to stay. I'm fine with something like that. There's no problem here. And you say, like, if you came over illegally before, you, if you've been here illegally, but you've been peaceful and working, we'll let you stay once you've been registered, but you can never become a citizen. That is your penance. Okay. Or you have to wait 5 years and pay $50,000 penalty before you can even be entered into the citizenship process. We could do stuff like that. I'd be fine with all that. What's up, Ryan Edberg? Good to see you, buddy. Lockfield says, if Canada government puts tariffs target on red states, messing with the wrong votes. That is very true. Yeah. Mark says Biden has a one-way ticket. Well, we'll see how that goes. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Mark. We're only at 62 likes. Come on, you guys. We can do that. Hit it. Hit the likes. We can get it up there. Thomas Saz says, is Derek from Vice Grip Garage your brother? I get that all the time. That's so funny. No, obviously not. He's not my brother. He doesn't sound anything like me, but he does look a lot like me. It is the weirdest thing. It is very weird. Cat Sink says video of Hillary back in 2008 being MAGA with illegals. How times have changed. 100%. Yeah. Stella, Bitcoin Maxi's driving FUD on what, XRP?
Your work so far.
Says every XRP announcement doesn't move up. Well, it's true, but listen, XRP is going to do great things. I don't know if it's going to go 100 times up or 10 times up. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Next, I'm planning a video. I'm doing a lot of research because the last time I talked about XRP, I got reamed for not knowing enough. And you know what? You guys were right. I didn't know enough. So I've been doing a lot of research on XRP this weekend. Later this week, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to call it the Great XRP Debate. And we're going to talk about the pros and cons of XRP because the pros are definitely there. They are there. There's no doubt about it. But I also got to say, as I'm researching, this is not people coming at me. I'm doing my own research. I am finding some stuff that's also very scary for me about XRP. And so we are going to look at both sides. I believe that no matter what, XRP is going up. I do. The question is it going to go to where people want it to go? And long-term, is it going to be something you want to associate with? That's the questions. And I'm still looking into that before I make any, but we're going to talk about that later this week. I'm going to do a whole video on XRP. Vinman says 90% of illegals on Terror Watch list coming through Canada. I believe that. Yeah, it's easier to come through the north. Toe Cramp with the $20. I think I already said thank you to Toe Cramp. Yep, get myself some ASWAP or Alpha. I will, my friend. Alpha's killing it right now. I'm really big on Alpha right now. That's your first super on a live stream. Thanks, Toe. Danny says legal Brazilian immigrant program never meant unattractive Brazilian. They exist, but there's not a lot of them. Damn it, Sean. I think illegals need to self-deport to be eligible for a chance of citizenship. I could get on board with that. Alan with a $30 donation. You guys are so generous today. Thank you so much. Must be first of the month. Everybody got paid, right? Thank you guys. I greatly appreciate it. I really, really do. Katie Cat, not Pat, looks forward to XRP. I'll get it out there for you guys. It's the banker coin. Make money on it. That's right, Sideshow. Matt says, if you miss Bitcoin, XRP is a second chance. And I hope you're right. I'm not saying I'm 100% one way or the other right now. I am 100% that there's going to be short-term value. 100%. I truly believe like we're going to see 10, 20, 50 bucks on XRP. I really do believe that. It's the higher numbers and the long-term prospect of XRP. I'm starting to get, the more research I do, the less I believe in those chances. But a lot could change really quick too. But we'll talk about that on the video. Oh, YouTube nuked your 2-year account. That's why. They nuked you, huh? Groundhog Day in Pennsylvania. Thomas S. says, I hope Trump is recording all the raids and changes to make a reality show like Cops to stream on Truth Plus. I don't know. I mean, would it be cool? Yeah. Dr. Phil's already kind of doing that. But also, would it be kind of one of those things where people are just get a little upset about it and maybe it doesn't help him? I think that'd probably be likely too. You got to remember, Trump's doing some really tough things. And if he wants to maintain support, he has to do it with grace. A lot of it has to be done with grace. And so, so you just, when you say stuff like that, it's funny, it's clever, but it also could really be seen the wrong way. And we just don't want, if he loses support, then he's not going to be able to get everything done he needs to do. So we got to be careful. We got to be careful. All right. I wasn't going to do this, but I've decided I have to. We're going to have some fun here the last little bit before I go. You guys ready? Because I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw the DNC yesterday, but it's basically Saturday Night Live. This is the funniest stuff you'll see all day. It's unbelievable. Randy Lockfeld says, YouTube killed your Ace Report subscription again. See, YouTube hates my channel. It's true. YouTube hates my channel. My channel has gone through killing it to going back down to back up. The election coverage was just like, YouTube loved me during that. I was like breaking new grounds. And then I've just been destroyed since about this November 20th is about when it started just tanking my channel. So YouTube hates my channel. I haven't crossed enough boundaries yet for them to nuke my channel, but they're doing everything they can to get me to quit. I'm telling you that. It's been tough lately. It's been tough. Sideshow says, well, I believe it could be a high number. If a bank wants to move $1 million, they don't care what value XRP is. But if XRP is higher in value, you need less of them and it's more efficient. I agree. Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuffed XRP. It's not the use of the coin that I'm concerned about, but we'll talk about that later. All right. You guys ready to laugh? This is not a joke. This is the DNC voting that they did yesterday to bring in a new leader. This is the craziest stuff you'll ever see. And I'm very excited about it because it means that MAGA and Trump Republicans, we're going to keep winning elections for a very long time because they aren't even close, not even in the stratosphere of figuring out why they are losing. This is parody, but it's not. It's just watch.
Rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. With the results of the previous 4 elections, our elected officers are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to be gender balanced, we must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. So again, this is what we have to do for this vice chair race. We have to elect 1 male.
This is what we have to do for this vice chair. Can you believe this nonsense? Look at this. There's Zim, there, her, Z, she, his, Z, they, them, Zim, hers, gzay, him, he. What is happening? We have to elect a male, a female, and a thing. What the heck's happening? You can see like this guy, I can't tell if he's in on the joke or if he's serious. It seems like he's not having much fun doing this.
1 female and 1 person of any gender. To ensure our process accounts for male, female, and non-binary candidates, we conferred with our RBC co-chair, our LGBT caucus co-chair, and others to ensure that the process is inclusive and meets the gender balance requirements in our rules. To do this, our process will be
insane do you have to be as a political, this is the second biggest political party in America, which makes it the second biggest political party in the world. And somehow they have a rule that you have to have a non-binary person on their leadership team equal. It's like, even these people, it's like, even if you're supporting all this stuff, this is like less than 1% of our population. And yet you have to put one on the council to be with the male and female. This is insane.
Be slightly different than the one outlined to you earlier this week. But I hope you will see that in practice, it is simple and transparent. The order...
It's simple and transparent in practice. Really? It's like, just because you say something doesn't make it true.
Balloting is designed to ensure equal access to the ballot, regardless of gender identity. As we must elect a candidate of any gender as well as 1 male and 1 female vice chair, we will first ask members to elect a candidate of any gender on the first ballot. Any candidate, male, female...
Okay, I can't take anymore. It's too insane. It's not funny enough to be an SNL skit because it's a little too sad, but it's still freaking funny. Freaking funny. And here's our new DNC vice chair. This is they are trying to bring in these males because they're worried about the male vote. And so they choose this as their mascot of masculinity, which, by the way, it reminds me of something. Let me pull this up real quick. I got to show you guys. I can't get this picture out of my head whenever I see this picture of him. Some of you will know what I'm talking about, but that's what I think of David Hogg. You guys remember William Hung? She bang. This is that's what I think of every time I see the David Hogg picture, because It's just that's masculinity right there in the Democratic Party. There, you go get them. You go get them, David. Inspiration. That's just the funniest thing. Oh my God. Yeah, get this guy some bacon and steroids if you can. Then they elected this goober as DNC chair. This is, again, more masculinity. But first they had to lecture us a little more first. So
hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people.
She's speaking, guys. She's speaking. Just like the 11 people before her, she's speaking, which is hilarious because I don't think a single one of them was not black. But hey, just pay attention.
Who went before me? Yes, I am speaking.
Good evening, Democrats. Look up here. 3 strong black women standing before you. 3 black women.
I mean, strong's not the word I think of when I see round, like this much roundness. Not strong I think of, but hey, you could throw it in there. This is traveling all around Twitter, and just how on earth are these people expecting to win elections like this? They have learned nothing from the shellacking in November. Not even 1% of the lesson they should have learned. This is craziness.
Men who, rather than just grabbing a chair, ran for chair.
Te quiero mucho, Papa. Gracias por todo. My name is Artie Blanco, Freddie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at this room, y'all. Truly take it in.
I love it. Vote for me for vice chair. All this diversity, all these quote unquote strong people, which is code word for something else. And yet they elect the little white boy, little spoiled white boy. It's like, you can't make up this insanity. They're just the craziest people. And I don't know. It makes me laugh. I was laughing a lot over this stuff. They should just put William in there. He'd do a lot better. He brings joy to the world. So with his singing, it's beautiful. Anyways. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Please like, share, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this episode, this live show of the Ace Report. I love you guys. Thank you all for the donations. It means the world to me. Please consider joining. I really appreciate it if you do. The support, it's $3 for you, but it means a lot to me. You'll get the Patreon. I mean, not the Patreon, the Discord group. You get automatic access. That goes all day, every day. We talk trades in there. We talk about what we're seeing. It's really good stuff. And on top of that, the Wednesday night members lives you'll get every Wednesday from now on. So please consider joining if you haven't already. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. And let's end in a prayer as always. Oh, by the way, if you guys, again, if you didn't hear, I have released my entire 15-part Bible series, How to Understand the Entire Bible. It's the most in-depth series you'll ever get unless you go to college for it. I'm telling you, even if you do know the Bible pretty well, if you've been a believer for a long time, you will learn something in this class. I guarantee it. So you can check that out now. Every video is available on the YouTube page under the playlist. So go check that out. I hope you enjoy. Some to watch during the week when I'm not on if you want, or listen to it. It works great as a podcast too. Anyways, God bless you guys. Love you so much. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. God bless everybody here. I thank you for all the good happening in our country. I thank you for putting your hand on President Trump and just giving him favor with the people so he can just get so much done. God, we just pray that all the corruption ends, the economy, give them wisdom in navigating it so that we can enter into true prosperity going forward. And just bless everybody here with wisdom in navigating all their financial decisions and relational decisions, whatever, so they can be blessed going forward. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all tomorrow night. Good night.